Let's open a portal. Call in our spirit team. Ask for clear and concise messages. Nick here. Welcome and welcome back. If you've been here before, this is a general collective read for Aries, Leo, Sag, the fire signs. And I'm going to be reading from the Sag cup only because it's representative. I do have placements in the other fire signs as well, particularly Aries. So please don't think I'm being biased. I'm just doing fire signs. So we'll start with the cup first. I haven't pulled any cards yet. They're telling me do it this way. Okay, I see this as the heart, and I'm also seeing it as a Three of Swords here. A little bit of heartbreak. Is this an energy somebody's sitting in now? Yes, thank you, Spirit. Okay. Healing from the Three of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. Coming out as the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Wands. No, this is the Ace of Wands. They're showing me a skull on the head, the symbols on the ground. We've got sigils written on the ground. They're showing me a dance in the forest. Okay, we're going Celtic origins here. Ancient fire ceremonies out in the middle of the forest. Okay. There's a ritual taking place, an initiation of some sort. Okay, the foundations are cracking. And we also, in their place, we're writing sigils on the floor. We're talking mushroom circles. Fairy circles, thank you, that's the one. I've got fairy circles coming through. All right, one card got left behind as I picked them up, and it's got wax on it. Okay. I've got wax on this card I've never noticed before. Okay, what spells are you creating at the moment? They're asking me to ask you. What have we got? Death process. All right, there's your skull. That's exactly the skull I saw on the head. Okay, so the death process that somebody has recently gone through. Baba Yaga puts her skulls on the fence line to ward off other people. I'm going to connect to Spirit though here, and we're going to, every read I've done so far, I've thrown the rules out the window. What are you telling me here in this card here today? So Baba Yaga built her house on chicken legs in the middle of the forest. So this is showing me that somebody has put their bed up higher now. You sleep higher. Okay, somebody's tapping into the higher realms. The death process that had to happen here was old belief systems, and somebody's now tapping into way back. We've gone back into the astral realms, and they've been showing you some different origins of where you've come from originally and what you used to do and what you are capable of doing. Okay, somebody is capable of running ceremonies, ancient ceremonies and rituals and initiations. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Okay, I'm going to start with the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is somebody who's having trouble sleeping because there's too much going through their heads. So somebody has been quite afraid of the astral realms in the past and almost frightened to go to sleep because of where they're being taken, because there's so much coming in, so many downloads coming in, it's been overwhelming. But I'm feeling like somebody was scared to go to sleep because of where they were traveling to. Whatever has changed in this death process, and there's been an acceptance on a different level. On the other end of this Queen of Pentacles here, the Pentacles is the elements for me. You have your literal pentacle, which is your earth, air, fire, water, spirit, balance elements. Now the Queen of this, she's sitting on a throne. She has her red fox lying at her feet. She has She has her protector, but this is somebody who is very much taking ownership and stepping into that role of being on her throne and knowing she is in control of her earthly realm. But this is somebody also tapped into the spiritual realm. So whatever process you've gone through here, I'm feeling like that skull can now be worn on your head and you can now conduct the ceremonies. I'm just looking in the cup here off to the side as I'm reading. I've got a J. I've also got a fishing hook. Just going to turn it around. What else have I got here? Oh, somebody from your past is not happy. Okay. You've had this gift for a long time and there's been a... there's been a masculine energy that's really not quite happy with you. Okay, so when you step into this energy of... They're showing you through your dreams and through the astral what you used to do. What line you came from, what your ancestors used to do, and what you are capable of doing, and what you can do in other realms. And they're asking you to bring it here. And the Queen of Pentacles is almost like, okay, well, I've accepted that role. Okay, as I said, there was a masculine energy here that's not happy about it. In this deck only, this Emperor is somebody that can sit on his throne, tapped into the spiritual realms, providing for his family. Now, if you notice the absence of the feminine, there is no mother. Now, this is somebody who, I wanted to say lords over his realm, but for me, it's not a balanced energy, it's a dictative energy. It's quite simply because there's no balance between the feminine. Okay, this is somebody rising in their feminine energy, and I don't necessarily mean this is a female. Energy is energy. Excuse me. We got 37 degrees here too, so excuse me being half dressed and in my bathers. I don't care, I'm going for a swim. Now something was overturned in there. Something was overturned in there, so I just heard something was overturned. And it jumped out. So 10 of Cups is overturned. All right, this is your happy home. This is your imbalance between this. So your Emperor overturned your happy home. What does that mean? So you've stepped back into your feminine energy. You're taking it back as your Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who takes care of the home. The Fool, you decided to take a risk on your own. Yeah, okay. All right, so we've got the Fool here. This is blank slate energy. This is starting new cycles, starting on a new path. Your one follows, which is your new path opening. This is your blank slate, wiping it clean. This is cutting energy. This is cutting everything out and starting anew. Leaving the shady past, if you can see the shady figure. I've got the right side. Yep, there's this shady dragon here trying to follow you through. This is leaving the past behind and starting on a whole new fresh energy with these beautiful colourful dragons. Okay, now we have the Star, which is your Aquarius energy, but it's also your healing energy. It's also being the star of your own show, your own story. This is all right. The story that's unfolded so far is somebody has tried to overturn your home, your 10 of Cups, your happily ever after. The death process has unveiled a whole new level of, I'm saying awareness. They're telling me awareness, okay, where it was unbalanced before. And now you're taking control of your own throne and creating your own wishes. Thank you, Spirit. Can I have a look at the future, please? For my Sagittarius and my Aries and my Leo collective, please. We got the Queen of Pentacles again. All right. This one, they're two different cards here. Two different decks, sorry. But they're they're depicted very differently. So we're still wearing a crown. One is the witch's realm. One is very much in control of her realm. This is all realms. I'm being told all realms. We have the pentacle is literally her crown. She's tapped into every realm here. She has the knowledge. She has the wisdom. She has the spiritual connections. I'm being told connections. All right. So your energy is definitely the Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Ten of Swords. King of Pentacles. Thank you. All right. Ten of Swords is a completion of a cycle. It had to come to an end. So this is basically taking the swords out your back, laying them on the floor. We had the 9 to start with. Now we've had the 10. This is finished, done. Blank slate energy now coming in, making your own future. This one here, the Knight of Cups, is always represented to me as Bastion in the Never-Ending Story. If you haven't seen that movie, he is sent in to save the Empress from the nothing. Now, we did have the Emperor, which to me goes hand in hand because I said the woman was missing, the feminine energy was missing. Now, this one, we have to step into the story ourselves and go and save the Empress from the nothing so it doesn't consume. Okay, so at some point, somebody had to step into their own story and be the star of their own show, face their fears, the death, face their fears and go and rescue themselves. Rescue the feminine aspect of themselves. Yeah, thank you, I heard that. Now we have the King of Pentacles. So we have the King and the Queen here. The balanced energies. This is the balanced energies. Now, this could also be a union for somebody, but I'm feeling like this is the balanced energies. Where it was unbalanced before, it's now balanced. Can we have... I'm going to have one of these. Haven't used these yet today. Let's have a look what we've got. I want that one. I want that one, the Hangman. Okay. Okay, so I don't always read traditionally, and this is a different deck, so I'm going to go on the artistry as well. So the Hangman is obviously tipping your world upside down and looking at it from a different view. But if you have a look at how balanced this energy is, this is almost like very balanced with nature. Doing the yoga pose here, very casually choosing to go inside and have a different look and a different perspective. So somebody has definitely come out of this with a whole new outlook on life. And yeah, they know how to go in, and if there's something that questions you now, it's just a matter of, yeah, we'll just casually tip ourselves upside down and look at it from a different view. This is a very balanced energy I'm seeing and feeling. Somebody has gained a different perspective because their energy is balanced. Thank you, Spirit. What can I smell? There's a strange smell here. All right, I'm not smelling anything, so I do have that perception as well. There's a smell like a vinegar smell. It's not even vinegar. What is it? Somebody's been working with... Why am I hearing caustic soda? All right, is that relevant to anybody? Four of Swords. Exhaustion, that's come up next to the Ten of Swords. Yep, got that. Over this side, we've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm feeling like these are on the peripheral because I'm putting them out there. So there's still some guarded energy here about being overwhelmed by something. All right, this is telling me the astral realms again. I know it's not traditionally like that, but they're telling me you have your guardian behind your back. When you go into the astral realms, call on your protectors and What somebody is still yet to comprehend is that the dragon is you, and you are the dragon. You don't need a guardian anymore because that guardian is you. Okay. I never read it like that. That one's coming up over there. Ace of Wands. You have the magic wand. You can create whatever you like. This is your dragon, your eggs are hatched. You're ready to go on a new path with your magic. Okay, they're telling me again, where you felt you've needed spiritual protection, especially as you go through these places in your sleep, I'm being told, in your sleep, in your astral realms. Because you've had a lot of battles in this earthly realm, and it's definitely about an earthly realm, we've got a lot of pentacles here. You felt the need to do that in the astral as well, but I'm being told whoever you are in the astral, you don't need protection anymore. You are the protection now. Thank you, Spirit. And it's time to walk away from the past. We've got the Five of Pentacles. It's time to walk away from the past. This card representation is they're walking in different directions here. One may not be happy about it, but it's definitely about choosing your own path and taking a different direction. Again, I go on visuals only. I'm going over here with this one. All right. On the peripheral again, we've got the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Okay. Peripheral. Right. They're telling me put them down, put them away. Peripheral. These are sideline issues, I'm being told. And I just got told to put my peacock feather over that side. So we're guarding from the left. We're guarding what's coming in. All right. Thank you, Spirit. I'm being told you already have your defenses up. You don't need to keep questioning. Look at this Hangman. Anytime you feel unsure, just have a little introspection. Look how casual that is. It's just so casual. If you tap into yourself and your inner soul, who you are at soul level, if you just, it's casual. If you can just keep that door open and tap into who you are at soul level, you don't have to question any of this on the peripheral. They're telling me stay focused. In the middle, we had the death process. We've beaten the Emperor already. Now we've got the Fool and the Knight of Cups. Time to take action and be the star of your own show. We've got the Strength and we've got the Ace of Cups. One more, thank you. And then we're done. Okay, celebration coming in. The dragon. Strength. They use a dragon in this because it's the Celtic dragon. What's that smell? What is caustic soda? I have to look that up. I don't even know what that's used for. So it's definitely not here. It's not a good smell. It's a very strange, almost vinegary. Does somebody work in an industry where you use these chemicals? Okay. Excuse me. Okay, the dragon, you've befriended your dragon, you faced your dragon. Now, we don't slay dragons unless they have bad intentions. However, this one, you faced your dragon, your fear of the dragons, and now they work with you. This has become your familiar. Ooh, nice. Where'd that come from? Ace of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. A new path of emotional fulfillment is coming in. Nice. The eggs cracked open on the Ace of Wands. On the Cups, the hatchlings are there. They're open. Their babies are new. Fire and water, steam, full steam ahead. Thank you. Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. We got fire and water. Steam, full speed ahead. which is your Knight. Okay. 3 of Cups. There is definitely a celebration coming in. What am I taking? What kind of celebration have we got coming in? What type of celebration do we have coming in, Spirit? Page of Swords is magical. It's a magical. You're celebrating the end of cycles. Got the 10 of Wands here. Cycles completed. We've got the Page of Swords. Now this Page of Swords in this particular deck, it's got the information. This is starting off on a whole new perspective of how you deliver your messages. Don't forget your information. You've put your shield and your sword down, but your scrolls, with your passion of your new information, you may have forgotten to put the fire out because the passion of you know, the whole new perspective and getting on with the next path, you may have forgotten to put the fire out. Oh, that smell again. There's nothing here that can smell. Oh, too many cards coming out. We're going to finish on that one. All right, there's another death processes here. So that smell, is it sulfur? It's an acidy smell. It's an acrid smell. It's, did I miss a card there? We got the King of Cups. I forgot to tell you that one. There's an acidy, acrid smell. Caustic acid, caustic soda, something sulfuric. There's something, and we do have the death process. Did I use initiation in this? Did I say the word initiation at the beginning of this read? This is the second attempt at this read. So I don't know if it was in this video or the one that got cut off. The death process has come up beginning and end, and I'm going to end it there simply because there's a cycle going on here. We've got to put those to the peripheral, all those niggly, negative entities, energies, everything. And focus on the magic and the blank slate, creating our own future. But there's another death process coming. And this one smells extremely rancid, sulfuric. This is taking a whole nother turn. So we're talking astral here again. All right, this one on the peripheral is standing out. This is still somebody's thoughts about they haven't conquered the fear in the astral yet. Okay, you need to go in. You need to go in and face those fears because it's come up again full circle. And these are always on the peripheral until you turn around and face them. You have all the things in your path that are good. However, like middle of the spread, you got the 10 of Cups, you got the Fool, you got the Star. But then all these niggly things come up again, and you've got the celebrations, you've got all the information. You just haven't put the fire out with the enthusiasm to get going. You've let everything burn, and I feel like you need to go back to that fire, back to that death process. Excuse me, and burn another layer. I can smell the burning, and this is something deep down in the depths that needs to be burnt and purified. I'm hearing the word, the violet flame of purification here. We've got to go down back into these depths and purify what we face. Those fears that we face, they need to be purified and alchemized now. I'm sorry if I'm talking in riddles, but the smell here is absolutely rancid. And there's nothing here that could smell like that. It's a smell not from this realm. It's from a whole different realm. Now, anyone that goes into the astral will know exactly which realm I'm talking about. We need to go back there. I don't know how much I'm supposed to... I want to just go... I just want to go like that and get rid of all of those because I feel like I want to go deep dive. Okay, there's your introspection. I feel like I want to go deep dive back down into the depths, into the realms of the deepest, darkest hellhole. And I want to set things on fire. And I know some people's perceptions of hell, it's already on fire. And this is somebody's shadow work that they're doing. This is not a specific place in this particular one. However, the smell is conquering demons down in the depths of hell. This is what they're signifying to me with this smell, symbolizing to me with this smell. It doesn't have to be literal. This could be going down deep into the shadows of your deepest fears, facing them, but that's not enough. They're telling me that's not enough. If you haven't changed the energy of that, then it lingers. And there's something stopping. There's something stopping. Changing the energies of the shadows that we face in any realm. In any realm. We must change the energy of them. And this is somebody who's either just tapping into their alchemic skills, the skills of alchemy, but something needs to be cleansed. All right, you can't just, for example, you have an attack, say now, what can I use? All right, I'm in Australia. I don't live where we have wild boars. There are some out. You get a wild boar outside your door and it's attacking you with a big, razorback, what do you call those? The big tusks. If it's about to attack your family and you need to slay it, I'm using a pig for a reason. If you need to slay that boar to stop it from attacking you or your family, then so be it. Circle of life. Do you then leave that boar to rot at your door? They're just telling me to use an example here. Or do you bury it? Or do you burn it? Do you purify it? Do you do something with it? You don't just leave it outside your door to rot and have that smell there. I'm feeling like there's a death process here that happened. No problem. You've slayed the demon of whatever it is of your choice. They're bringing me back to the death process, but before that I had this smell so pungent. It's almost like you didn't go and clean up the mess after this death process. So I'm being told again to go back into this process that you've just done and clean up the mess and change the energy of it, whether it's sweeping it up, burying it, turning it to ashes, whatever you do, but there's an alchemic process that has to take place here to change the energy of it so we can move forward. Thanks, Spirit. Wow. That's pretty heavy for somebody. Sorry, they're telling me you got to go back in the trenches and clean up your mess. The Spirit has been so blunt today, and they're doing it with smell on this one. I've never had a smell come through so strong in a reading. But it's like you cannot leave rotting carcasses outside your door because that smell permeates everything. You must go and clean it up. Bury it, burn it. You can't just spray it with perfume. It doesn't work like that. You must change the energy of it and you must give it back to the land or... Alright, there's a ritual, there's a ceremony you need to do for this. Whatever happened in the death process, change the energy of it through ritual, through ceremony, whether it's a fire ceremony, a water ceremony, however you want to do it, there must be a ceremony to close and change that energy of that. All right, thanks, Spirit. Otherwise, these things on the peripheral are always going to be there to try and come back. If it's in the astral realm, take a blowtorch. You can't just slay things in the astral and then just leave them. You must change the energy of them, shine your light on them, burn them, whatever you want to do. Change the energy of them. And then they can't regrow and they can't come back. Whew. Wow. Who's coming through there with all that stuff? But there's a process. Thanks, Spirit. Alright. I just felt the need to grab my sword then. I don't think we need anything else, do we, Spirit? That's a very specific message for somebody. Somebody who's done some recent shadow work and death processes. Go clean up your mess so it can't regrow. What's that animal where you cut the head off and it grows back? All right, so a lizard, a gecko in particular, its tail falls off, it can grow back. That kind of energy. Clean up your mess, change the energy of it so it can't come back and sneak up on you again from a different angle, because there's different angles here. They're coming from the peripheral. Change the energy of it. All right, good luck with that one. A fire ceremony, a ritual, initiation of some sort. And this is somebody's initiation process on learning how to do this. Or, no, beg your pardon, remembering how to do this. You've left some loose ends somewhere that need cleaning up. Oh, caustic soda, caustic acid. Is that how they get rid of bodies? So, death process. It's not a literal body, but they're telling me go in and clean up the crime scene. And this is not a literal crime. This is the death process of yours. Yeah, you've got to go back and clean it up so it doesn't come back to haunt you later. Excuse me. Wow. Sorry, that was a bit heavy. Maybe you got things coming back from the past. Alright, we're in Mercury retrograde tomorrow here. We're in the pre-shadow now. So things from the past are going to come back and try and bite you in the ass. This is your pre-warning in your pre-shadow to make sure you have cleaned up. Change the energy of this, because then you can see them coming from the peripheral from a mile off and intercept. Alright. Cool. Good luck with that, fire signs. Good luck with anyone coming for a fire sign in fire horse energy. Yeah. But yeah, for those that are a little bit reluctant to set out on the new path, anyone that is a little bit reluctant, they're asking you go back, sever those ties, completely sever those ties, bury them, put them to rest. Change the energy of them, and they can't sneak up on you anymore. All right. Thanks for that message, Spirit. Are we done? Yep. We're going to close this portal. And speaking of changing the energy, like I said, we got 37 degrees here. It's bloody hot. I'm going to go jump in the lake. We got a salt lake down the road, and I'm going to go for a swim and cleanse all these energies. Closing this portal. Thanking our spirit team. Stay safe. Stay sane. Stay magical. The reason we close those portals is so that nothing follows us back from the spirit realm that is uninvited. We do not leave doors open. We do not open doors without knowing where we're going and knowing what we're doing, and making sure that we close those doors and allow nothing to follow us back. Cut those cords, slam those doors, and stay in control of it all. Okay, but then when we do, if we picked up any energies, go and cleanse it, transmute it, alchemize it. Much love.